Okay, so have you ever been there, staring into the fridge, right? Random leftovers, maybe half an onion,
Uh-huh.
and somehow you actually managed to make dinner out of it.
Yes. The fridge challenge. Or what about, trying to remember an actor's name. It's right there.
Oh, the worst. On the tip of your tongue.
Exactly. And then hours later, maybe in the shower, bang, it just appears.
Right. Or like understanding someone with a really thick accent you've never heard before. How does that even work so fast?
Well, if you've ever wondered about those kinds of, everyday mental gymnastics,
Yeah.
then you're basically already thinking like a cognitive psychologist. You're asking about the processes behind the experience.
Ah, okay. So that's what we're diving into today. Forget the hidden desires or just watching behavior.
Yeah.
This is about the brain's inner workings.
Precisely. We're exploring the how we think, how we remember stuff, how we learn, how we manage this incredible thing called language. It's all happening inside.
Right. So less about what you do, more about how you figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Like the brain is a supercomputer.
That's a great metaphor, actually.
Yeah.
An incredibly powerful processor. It's constantly taking in information, processing it, storing it, using it. It's active, not passive.
Okay, I like that. A super processor.
Yeah.
So let's break down some of these core processes. Where should we start? Maybe problem solving. That feels pretty universal.
Good one. Yeah, problem solving. It's basically how the brain tackles challenges. Identifying there's a problem, thinking up possible ways forward, trying them out, seeing what works, what doesn't. It's a whole strategy.
Like strategy. But sometimes it feels more like chaos. Like,
Yeah.
Building flat pack furniture.
Okay, perfect example. Yeah.
You've got the bits, the confusing instructions, you're staring, matching pieces, trying things that are definitely wrong. Your brain's just kind of muttering, okay, how does this not fall apart?
Exactly. And that whole process, staring, trying, failing, rethinking that, is cognitive problem solving in action. You're formulating hypotheses, testing them.
Like maybe this weird screw goes here.
Right. And you hit that aha moment. That's often insight, a sudden restructuring of the problem in your mind. It's not always step-by-step logic. Sometimes it's a mental leap.
Interesting. So it's not just random fumbling.
Yeah.
Okay, from furniture frustration to memory, that's another huge one. We talked about it like it's just, storage.
Yeah, but it's so much more complex than like a hard drive. Memory isn't just one thing. It's a whole system, really, for encoding information, storing it, and then crucially getting it back out again.
So encoding, storing, retrieving.
Right.
And there are different types, right? Like short-term versus long-term.
Well, we often talk about short-term, but a more useful concept now is working memory. That's like your mental workbench. It's where you hold information and work with it right now.
Ah, okay. Like remembering a phone number just long enough to dial it.
Exactly. You're holding it and using it. Long-term memory is, well, everything else, your childhood home, what you had for breakfast yesterday, skills you've learned. That's the vast library.
The library. I like that. But what about when the library system seems to crash? You walk into a room.
And completely forget why you went in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Happens all the time. What's that about? Is it just a glitch?
Huh. It feels like one, doesn't it? It's often seen as a temporary retrieval failure, like a tiny server error in your brain's library. Often it's because the context changed. The cue that triggered the thought in the first room.
It's gone in the new room.
Exactly. It highlights how important context and cues are for pulling information out of memory. It's not necessarily lost, just temporarily inaccessible.
Huh. Okay, that makes sense. So memory is this active context-dependent thing. How does that relate to learning? The cognitive view is different from just rewards and punishments, right?
Oh, absolutely. Behaviorism focused on observable responses to stimuli. The cognitive perspective shifts the focus inward. It emphasizes the mental processes. Understanding, interpreting, organizing new information. It's about building knowledge structures.
Building structures.
Yeah.
So learning a language isn't just repeating words.
Not at all. It's about understanding grammar rules, connecting new words to ideas you already have, practicing different sentence structures, actively figuring out meaning.
You're kind of building a mental map of the language.
Precisely. You're constructing understanding. Or think about learning a new app on your phone. You don't just tap randomly hoping for a reward.
Right. You try to figure out how it works, what the buttons do.
You're forming a mental model of the app's logic. You're thinking, okay, if I press this, then that should happen. That, aha, I see how this fits together. That's cognitive learning. You're building an internal representation.
That active building. It makes sense. Which leads us to maybe the most amazing cognitive tool we have, language itself.
Truly remarkable, isn't it? Language lets us share incredibly complex thoughts, ideas, feelings. It involves understanding sounds, words, sentence structures, all the rules.
It's amazing we do it so easily.
Yeah.
But you really notice the complexity when you, like, try ordering food in a country where you don't speak the language at all.
Oh, definitely. The struggle is real.
Yeah. And then you compare that to how effortlessly you understand a joke in your own language or sarcasm or just a normal conversation.
Right. And think about what your brain is doing in that split second. It's decoding sounds into words, understanding the meaning, grasping the grammar, interpreting the tone, considering the context.
Wow.
It's a massive cognitive achievement happening constantly, and we barely even notice it. We just communicate.
Okay. So we've talked about problem solving, memory, learning, language,
Yeah.
these incredible internal processes.
Yeah.
But why does understanding all this matter for, everyday life, for you listening?
Great question. It matters hugely. Understanding these processes isn't just academic, it has real practical applications. Take learning, for example. Knowing how memory works, like the fact that spacing out your study sessions, spaced repetition, is way more effective than cramming.
Right, I've heard that.
That comes directly from cognitive research. Understanding that helps you study smarter, not just harder. You can make information stick better.
That's useful.
Yeah.
What else? Problem solving.
Definitely. Knowing that we sometimes get stuck, like with that furniture example, maybe we're only seeing pieces in their obvious function. If you consciously try to break down a big problem into smaller steps, or think about the goal and work backward strategies, cognitive psychology studies, you can make complex tasks feel way less daunting. It helps you tackle real-world challenges more effectively.
So being aware of how you think helps you think better.
In many ways, yes. And it helps with communication, too. If you realize that people process information differently, that they might have different mental models or biases.
You can maybe explain things more clearly or avoid misunderstandings.
Exactly. It fosters better empathy and clearer communication. Plus, these principles are everywhere in technology. User-friendly websites, intuitive apps, even how AI tries to understand language, that's all built on cognitive psychology.
Wow. Okay, so it's really embedded in our world.
Deeply.
So wrapping this up, this deep dive into the cognitive perspective, it's really about appreciating the incredible machinery inside our own heads, isn't it?
It really is. It's an invitation to marvel at how we think, reason, remember, communicate. We often take it for granted, but it's extraordinary.
Yeah, it's like the most amazing stuff is happening right between our ears.
Absolutely. So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is, next time you're just sitting there, lost in thought, solving a little problem, or remembering something, take a second.
Yeah.
Remember that your brain isn't just idling, it's performing some serious cognitive magic, constantly building the world you experience. The most amazing adventures really do happen right inside our heads.